Our featured guest this morning is Jeff Hall. He says that we're still in the very first inning of what could be a lucrative opportunity for disciplined investors in artificial intelligence. So keeping with the AI, Jeff's going to share some ideas here. All right, so we're in the early innings. You think this is a mega trend. And some of the applications I think are interesting. I noticed in your notes what Apple's trying to do with satellites, Amazon as well, and all the different uses. So give us your overview here.
Yeah, first of all, it is a mega trend, and we're all terrific in the sense that we're just in the very first innings of this massive game that will play it over the next decade. But like you said before, Apple's doing some interesting things right now. They're actually having Globalstar launch a global network of satellites so that people's iPhones, when you're traveling, can work from anywhere. You can be in the Amazonian rainforest, you can be at the tip of Everest, and if you pay for that extra service, you'll have literally like a global sat phone in your iPhone. So it's tremendous what's happening there. But you also have a lot of other things, as you mentioned before, with Amazon. They had done some drone delivery before, but it was a bit clumsy. They didn't have FAA approval. Now they've actually got that in the state of Arizona, and now they're actually delivering people's packages in under an hour if it weighs less than 10 pounds, potentially, depending on the weight and size. And they're dropping right in people's backyards. It has AI, it uses infrared and radar and LiDAR to know whether there's a pet or a dog nearby or an umbrella in the backyard, and drops it from about 12 feet, and within an hour you can have a package if you're in the Phoenix area, as an example of Arizona. So there's all these new opportunities. And even with the wildfires in California, people don't know that there's AI-enabled cameras that were starting to be used in California, unfortunately not widely used. They can actually detect whether in the far distance, is that a barbecue or a campfire, or is it the start of a forest fire? Is it fog or is it smoke, as an example? So rather than those old style towers where people have to climb up and use binoculars and hunt around looking for some smoke along the way, AI can truly help that experience and really detect fires early to get on them right away so they don't grow into something sad like we've seen in Los Angeles.
Back to that drone concept for delivery. We've all seen video of that happening, and it's very small scale right now. What are the risks to that? Because we know that sometimes when those autonomous vehicles are driving around, people just want to harass them and write on them and break the window, whatever, that kind of thing. So what are the risks?
Yeah, part of that's why I said 12 feet, because no, so just stay out of reach from people. But you're right, young people might find it fun to throw things at them or whatever, or try to order something and then try to get the drone when it comes. So there's no question. But it does have evasive programming with AI written into it, which is pretty clever. Again, they did the first iteration of it and it didn't work out that well. So they've actually spent the last number of years trying to perfect how it can be done safely. And the big thing is getting that FAA approval to fly in the skies the same as planes is a big step. I'm actually kind of surprised they got that as quickly as they did. But again, they're rolling out just in Arizona, which is very limited. There's no snow, there's none of this kind of issues. So I think it'll be very limited in certain areas as they roll it out. But I think it's more of a, I don't want to say gimmick, but it's more of a fun feature right now. People do, they really need a package in 1 hour. Like, I can't even get a pizza in 1 hour here in Toronto. So
right, yeah. No, I said the other day that Amazon will ask me, do you want that by 4 a.m.? And I kind of thinking, no, I'm not in a huge hurry for that. But anyway, great they can do it, I guess. And then with quantum computing, it's the new hot thing. Yeah. Some people call this market the mother of all bubbles. And then, of course, when Google came out with that news about their Willow chip, and then all these stocks took off. So you're saying, be a little careful here with the Rigettis of the world, right?
Yeah, so AI, we're right in the beginning and it's fantastic, but with quantum computing, it's been around a long time. It's been continuously worked on, even by some great Canadian companies as an example. But we're still in we're not even in the game yet. AI is in the first inning. Quantum computing is still being kind of used here and there, but it's really got a long way to go to truly develop the technology. And the problem that you have with quantum computing is it's just such a whole other tier of speed. It would almost be like if you gave me your car keys and I modified your car and gave it back to you, said, wait till you see how fast it can go on the 401. And you start going 100,000 kilometers down the 401 and you wake up in the hospital because you rear into a truck or there was a zig or a zag in the 401. Yeah. There's so much processing that has to be done at that kind of speed that it has to be perfect. So if the military is using it for a missile, it can't blow up the building right beside. It's got to go exactly where it's supposed to go. And quantum, just like we have with our smartphones now, companies will send us a fix for a bug or something wrong with the phone. We get regular updates for Apple phones, as an example, to find a patch to solve something. With quantum, if you're doing something massive like launching a rocket into space, it's got to be on point and perfect that way.
We're looking at Rigetti computing here and quantum computing. Huge run-ups, as we know, thousands of percent, and then they get cut in half in a day. So to your point, be careful there. And then on to oil and gas companies. We know that Trump says he wants to drill, baby, drill. And so if they do get that mandate, hey, produce as much as you can. My argument, and I've been mentioning it to guests, and you can comment, is these producers, they're a lot more disciplined now. So will they even want to produce more and maybe oversupply the market?
That's a good point. Trump can sit there and shoot a fire hose out of permits for everybody. Doesn't mean they're going to jump on that opportunity. And even if there's such a big opportunity, there's more drilling going on and there's more supply, that's not necessarily good for oil companies either, because then their product comes down in price with this oversupply. So they got to be a little bit careful. But I'm sure in the first few days Trump is back in the White House, his pen's going to run dry, signing executive orders to get Alaska opened up and others. But you're keyed into something really interesting there, which is, will companies truly, fully take advantage of opportunities that may come their way?